Mark Molnar, your host for the weather show, Weather Northeastern, getting right into photos and videos if you have any to send in. MeteoMark, Weather Northeastern, Facebook, WX Northeastern, Twitter, MeteoMark.com@gmail.com for the email. Jason Scholler from the Pembroke, New Hampshire area, taking a look at a couple inches of snow on your April 4th, 2016 here. Yes, we are dealing with April snow here across the Northeast. States such as New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, upstate New York into extreme northern Pennsylvania, southern Ontario, saw accumulating snow across the Northeast, and we were dealing with it in the form of a couple inches across New England to several inches across upstate New York, 7 to 12 inches to be exact, across western New York, and even a foot or more into extreme southern Ontario here. So thank you, Jason, for sending your springtime snowfall in. And of course, across the MeteoMark forecast area, anywhere from 3 to 7 inches of snow falling as well. Lucas D. from Linden, Texas, taking a look at the problems that he was seeing across the skies over the past month here. This is with the mammatus clouds that I showed you last time. And of course, that funnel cloud that was associated, but you can see very turbulent skies here across Linden, Texas. Getting right into that forecast, we're going with mainly extreme Pacific Northwest later in the forecast period towards early to middle portion of next week, but it's here across the East Coast. This is where you see bullseye precipitation, especially across New England and Southeast Canada. We could have a series of systems that merge towards the weekend and produce, yes, I might say it here, frozen precipitation continuing. Let's get right into that pattern. Ridge, big, huge ridge out west here. Huge trough. In fact, you see this negative signature to this trough, and merging and phasing could be going on, especially towards the latter portion of the week, towards the weekend. Getting right into that snowfall amounts. At this point, this goes through the weekend, through the rest of the week, into the weekend, but here is the all-important forecast here. You're looking at a widespread 2 to 4 inch snowfall totals behind the storm, and it depends on the exact tracks of these storms. We'll have a first storm that ejects across the mid-Atlantic, just inland, and then we'll have a second coastal that could develop, and it all depends on where these set up and the amount of cold air and the positioning to the high across southeast Canada. But we could be looking at accumulating snows, and some of these snows could be very heavy towards the northern Adirondacks, towards portions of southern and southeastern Canada and Quebec here in Ontario, and depending on how far south these lows go and how much merging and exactly when the phasing starts or completes, we could have some problems across interior portions of the Northeast here, so we'll have to watch for that. Starting off with your forecast for Wednesday, the midpoint of the week, we're looking very nice. This is our only very nice day across the Northeast, as widespread low 40s and some sunshine giving way to increasing clouds, and you see rain showers developing later in the day with some sleet pellets, snowflakes, and light raindrops mixing in here across southern Ontario and northern upstate New York into your Thursday. Cold front ejects out of the Ohio River Valley. Low pressure, here's that first low pressure strengthening. Heavy rain out ahead of it. An excess of an inch likely across the Susquehanna River Valley towards the Hudson River Valley. Here on the north side, we're getting that heavy snow, and it will be heavy on the order of a foot or more, especially across southern Ontario and Quebec, anywhere from 6 to 12 inches or more. Taking a look at your Friday, the fronts basically push to the east here. We're looking at much colder air bleeding in, that heavy rain changing to a heavy wet snow across portions of western New York State, even the southern tier of New York, western Mohawk Valley, Adirondacks up into portions of northern New England and southeast Canada here as those temperatures bleed in behind the first low, and we'll start to see towards Saturday evidence of a potential coastal merging with this interior low. So we'll have to see just how this evolution develops. The models are kind of working it out right now, but interior snows are very possible here across New York State, Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, parts of western New England, maybe bleeding towards portions of eastern New England towards the end of the weekend. And that snow continues here across southeast Canada. Is look at the freezing line progresses to the east here as we progress towards middle of April. This is quite interesting, to say the least. In 10 seconds, I'll have a 5-day outlook for my hometown viewers from Binghamton to Scranton's upper Susquehanna region of upstate New York and northeast Pennsylvania. Don't forget to like me on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com. It's Twitter at WX Northeastern, Google Plus at MeteoMark. Here's your 5-day, stretching from your Wednesday all the way through the weekend. Nice day Wednesday, Thursday, a chance of heavy rain towards an inch. Friday, cold air bleeds in with a couple inches of snow for Friday night, potentially Saturday into Sunday. Watch for that potential coastal. That's going to do it for this edition of Weather Northeastern.